Hello guys and welcome to another Let's Play video. Today I have another electronic handheld casino game, and this is based on the game Craps, and I love Craps. It's one of my favorite casino games, if not my favorite. And it's actually really hard to find ways to play Craps, especially even through mobile apps and PC games. There's just not a lot of Craps games out there in general. I was really surprised to see anyone attempt to make this on an electronic handheld device. But if that's not all, I actually have another Craps game I found. This one's made by Excalibur. This one's made by a company called Maximo. These are old devices. I actually bought them new, so I'm really excited to turn them on and check them out. People have been saving them in a package, which is cool. You can find these things still. They are a little bit hard to find, but I'm pretty blown away that there's any ways to play Craps on a electronic handheld device. So we're gonna start with the Maximo one this time. I'll have another video for the Excalibur one. I haven't turned this thing on yet, just installed the batteries here in the back. It takes a few AAAs, and I'm gonna turn this on and try this out with you guys for the first time. So here we go. All right, so we have a new game going. I don't know really anything about this one actually, so I don't know if there's a certain amount of money you start with every time. Looks like we have 8,000. That's great. Craps is a pretty complex game. It's super fun once you get to know some of the basic rules, and I would hate to go too much into that today. If you guys want me to do more videos on these, I'd be happy to do betting strategies on these little things, but I don't want to bore you guys too much. So we'll just try this out. So it looks like I'm gonna mute this while I move around. These things are so loud. So I'm gonna move around down here. I'm trying to find my, I don't know how to actually, oh, here we go. So I can change my chip denomination at the bottom, it looks like. So it starts with 25, then it goes to 100, then 500, and then it goes back to 1, 5. So you can kind of bet quite a few denominations. That's pretty neat. I'm actually gonna start with a classic starting bet for Craps on the opening roll, which is the pass line. So the pass line, we wanna win on 7 or 11, and we're gonna lose on 2, 3, or 12. However, if it rolls a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10, it's going to give us a point. And then the next objective is going to be to roll that number again. So if it lands on a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10, that will be the specific point. If we roll that number again, we'll win. However, if we roll the 7, we'll lose. So there's different ways to bet within that time period, but right now no point has been established. So we're just going to bet the pass line. So I'm going to choose my chip denomination at 100, and I will click this bet button here. And it looks like I have made a bet on the pass line. So let's go ahead and, looks like we got one bet at 100. And we got 8,000, so it's as a starting number, we're going down to 7,900. So here we go, let's roll it. Oh, let's turn that sound back on. Oh, so it looks like we rolled. Wait a minute, computer. Oh my goodness. What am I up against another player? Oh wow, this is interesting. Okay. So, okay. The computer just made some bets. This is kind of crazy. I didn't think normally you just play to try to win the most amount of money. I'm not sure if you're playing against somebody else. I guess we'll find out. Let's go ahead, and it's telling us to roll, so let's go ahead and roll. I'll turn the sound back on. Oh, look at that. 12. Okay. I'm kind of confused on what's going on here. It looks like we hadn't actually rolled yet. The computer made some bets. I don't know if the computer won or not, but I'm going to go ahead and 12 means it was a loss in the pass line. So we're going to go ahead and rebet the pass line and then see what happens this time. Okay, so the computer is making bets, it looks like. Just scattering bets. No strategy whatsoever to these bets. He's betting big 6 or 8 over here, which is well known as one of the worst bets you can make on Craps. He has no clue what he's doing. He doesn't give a crap. He's just going for it. Tossing just bet after bet out there. What is going on? This is insane. All right, let's try rolling again. 7. All right, well, I won that one on the pass line. And it looks like he's losing all of these, and I don't know what's going on. Man, I should have probably read the directions or something before doing this, but okay, I have to consult the manual. I have no idea what's happening. The 3 virtual players will then place their bets in turn. You can press the roll button to speed up their placing of bets. After all players have placed their bets, the word roll will flicker on the screen. When player has all his money gone, game over would be shown to indicate the game is over. Player can press the bet button to start a new game. So I'm starting over. All right. So I guess now that we've learned these virtual players are, I guess, just there to provide an ambiance to the game, I guess, to represent what it would be like to really play craps, because most of the time you're at the table with other players. However, all this does is really slow down the game, adds no value, so I really don't see much of a purpose for why they're here. But needless to say, we'll put up with it, and let's take it from the top and get a fresh start. So here we go. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is, there's been no point established. This is called the come out roll. So I'm going to bet the pass line again, and we'll do 100. I will just go with 100 on the pass line, and we'll just do a roll here. And it looks like here come the computer's sporadic, crazy, ridiculous bets. I think I can speed this up by hitting the roll button. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's do our first roll. Here we go. 6. Awesome. All right, so we're establishing a point now. Let's see how this works. I think it's reviewing bets or something. All right, skip that. Okay, good. So you'll see there's an on button above the 6. That now means we've started a new round for this roll. We win the round if we roll a 6. We lose it if we roll a 7. 7 is kind of the bad number in craps. If you roll a 7, it clears off all the bets. So we want to roll a 6. We want to get on a streak, essentially. So what I'm going to do is kind of my classic bet here. I'm going to go to 100. I like to bet the inside, which is betting on 5, 6, 8, and 9. The nice thing about these are place bets up here. The nice thing about place bets is they actually just stay until you roll a 7. So that's the nice thing about this. However, there are some bets you can make, like the field bet, which is just a one-time bet. It just covers a lot of numbers. It pays 1-to-1. There's some one-roll bets over here, 2, 3, 12, and 11. They're pretty hard to hit, and actually these odds are strange. Usually 12 and 11 pay better than that. I think 11 pays. I think maybe it is 15-to-1. Usually 12 pays. 2 and 12 pay 30-to-1, I believe. Anyways, then you've also got the hard ways. The hard ways are a little bit different in how they work. Essentially, if you roll the number it represents, called the soft version of that number, you would lose that bet. So like if you roll a 6 as 3-3, you would win it. But if you roll a 6 as 4-2, you would lose it. And of course, a 7, you'd also lose it. But it does stay there until you roll one of those, which is kind of nice. Anyways, we're going to do place bets. So let's go ahead and do 100 here, 100 here, 100 here. And because the points on the 6, these pay out odds. So like the 8 pays 6-5, and the 9 pays 7-5, and then the 10 pays I believe 3-2. And that is the same. Actually, I think it's 9-5. That's the same on 5 pays the same as 9, 4 pays the same as 10, 6 pays the same as 8. Now, what's interesting is if you do, this does support odds. I did notice this. It has an odd over there. That's really awesome. So you can actually bet odds on the pass line, which is just representing whatever that point number is, in this case 6. I'm going to bet 100 here instead of 100 on the place under the 6. It's the same difference, but if you do it here instead, it pays a little bit better. It pays exact odds, which in this case, I'm not sure what the exact odds are on that. I think it is maybe 7-5. But in any case, it is better than the place bet odds. it's actually no advantage to the casino at all if you do an odds bet behind the pass line, which is really cool. So that's an option that we have in this game, which is actually pretty neat that they added that in there. So we'll go ahead and cover the 5, 6, 8, and 9 this way, which is a pretty solid amount of numbers. A lot of those are rolled quite a bit. They're rolled more than the 7 is, so that's good. So let's go ahead and do our roll. Oh goodness, here comes more bets. Let's skip that. Okay, and our roll. Let's see if 5, 6, 8, or 9. 7. Oh boy. Well, we lost. We can stop there. There's a lot to do with craps. I may actually have another video on this at some point, just so I can go through craps betting strategy if you guys want. I think this is kind of weirdly turning into a gambling channel instead of a retro channel, but in any case, this is a pretty good craps game. I'm surprised that it supports so many of the craps bets that I would think it would try to kind of cut corners on. Seems like you can pretty much do everything you want. If this game eliminated the virtual players out of the experience, I think this would be a home run handheld game. In my opinion, this is fantastic. I am excited to try this one. It's another variation of it. I'm already a little bit bummed that we don't have the ability to have like different types of chip denominations and stuff. It's just like 10, 40, 80. I think you could do it multiple times. Like, you know, instead of 10, I could do 20 or 30. But we'll try it. That, to me, doesn't look quite as good as this other one did. But if it doesn't have those silly virtual players, maybe I'll actually have a little bit more fun with this one, or maybe it'll play a little bit better. So we'll review that one. We'll play that one soon. But thanks for hanging in with me on this, guys. If you want me to do more with this one, or heck, even my roulette one that I got the other day, I'm happy to try out some strategies, try to make some money with you guys just for fun. Let me know. But until next time, guys, have a good one.